it's still unbelievable. Like, I've been calling out Bernie and the squad for well over a year now, but it's still unbelievable. This betrayal is still unbelievable. So Crystal, like, pins Bernie to the wall here, and she wasn't even trying. Like, if you had, like, imagine a Finney, imagine me, imagine Jimmy Dore, imagine anyone who had the opportunity to grill Bernie Sanders about Joe Biden. Crystal Ball was really nice. Discussing Bernie Sanders' horrific interview with Crystal Ball. Bernie picked a side. He chose Joe Biden over us. Okay. Yeah, William said, yeah, he trying to toe the line for Biden. Remember what I said, guys? I don't know if I can find this tweet. Maybe I should. I think it's very important so people understand my mindset. Because I was very nice and charitable to Bernie Sanders and the squad. Now people know me as the guy, as, like, obviously there's Dore, but in terms of Twitter, I'm like the guy calling progressives in the Western left out. But people don't understand how much benefit of the doubt I gave them. Like, even after them sheep herding people to support Joe Biden, my take was, oh, we about to watch the clip, Sheila. Don't worry, we about to watch the clip. Cause there's about a 2-minute clip from the Bernie Sanders Crystal Ball interview that says it all. Even when Bernie Sanders was sheep herding people to support the Democratic Party in Joe Biden, I wasn't even as livid as a lot of progressives was, because I understood his role. Like, all right, whatever. He's weak, but he agreed that he was supporting the nominee. But then I said in the tweet, I sent this around October or November. I said that, okay, Bernie and the squad being weak on Joe Biden, that sucks. But if they were doing that just to get rid of Trump, and then they want to put a lot of pressure on Joe Biden and the Democratic Party once they get in charge, I can see that as a legitimate strategy. So I told people, like, I'm willing to forgive Bernie, AOC, and the squad if Joe Biden was elected. They became his #1 enemy. Not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Right now, the #1 enemy of the Democratic Party is Kristen Sinema. What? The way liberals hate Kristen Sinema right now is how liberals should hate AOC and Bernie Sanders. I'm talking about the people who are more Democratic Party loyalists than they care about the people. It should be Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the squad getting all the negative media attention instead of Kristen Sinema, because they stand up to their party. But they're not. I wanted them to be the ones who lead the impeachment charge against Joe Biden if he bombs other countries. Now, what I'm asking for was obviously laughable and unrealistic, but I told you guys that this is the means in which I will personally forgive them. If they challenge Joe Biden and they shifted the Democratic Party to the left, got some major concessions, and they continue to raise hell. Like, I literally tweeted, I was like, if Joe Biden commits a war crime, I want Bernie Sanders to lead the impeachment charges. Is that happening? It's the exact opposite of that. Instead of them being the #1 enemy of the Democratic Party, Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the squad, they are the biggest boon to the Democratic Party ever. Ever. Because you have people who will otherwise be turned off from the party. You have young people who otherwise care about the issues, who don't care about these issues because Bernie Sanders, AOC, they don't talk about it. Now, with that said, let's show this crystal ball clip so you guys know what I'm talking about. Because it's bad. It's bad. And once again, I gave Bernie Sanders a lot of benefit of the doubt. Period. A ton of benefit of the doubt. But this clip is unforgivable.
He is prepared to deal with. I have not seen a president in my lifetime who has done that. Am I wrong?
I see that perspective, but I also see a president who's willing to let a lot of those agenda items be killed by the filibuster and the parliamentarian.
Right. Well, but again, I don't want to defend him. I think the point you made a few minutes ago is exactly right. In this critical moment when we're dealing with the future of the planet, when we're dealing with the future of democracy. You know what? I think majority should rule and not the. I believe that strongly. But don't think that he can snap his fingers, no matter what he may or may not believe, and make things happen.
What?
All right? There are senators.
There are certain things he could do, though, through executive act. For example, canceling student debt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There are things he can
legalizing marijuana.
Yes.
He could potentially do through an executive order. And so there hasn't been.
So let's be clear about what just happened here. I'm not going to stop it too many times, but I don't want to mince words here. This is Crystal Ball calling out Bernie Sanders for lying to you. So what Bernie Sanders is hoping will happen is that people don't know what the president could do. This is a blatant lie on behalf of Bernie Sanders. Because he talked about what he would do as president. And Crystal Ball is going to bring that up here very soon. So Bernie Sanders, he tried to lie to you when he said, oh, Biden, he had good intentions, but what can he do? Come on. What can he do? This is the lie that Bernie will try and tell you, but Crystal pushes back. Let's continue the video. I rewind it just a little bit. I rewind it because I want you guys to see Bernie tried to lie to us. And then this was a MSNBC commentator. And this is why you don't see Bernie Sanders in the squad and them going on independent news. Because if this was MSNBC, they would have let that go. They would be like, yeah, what can Biden do? What can he do? You're right, Bernie. But Crystal Ball being better than the average corporate media talking head, right? He pushes back and Bernie has to concede because he realized he was caught lying. Hope you guys realize what that was. Let's go back to the clip. I'll rewind it just a little bit.
When we're dealing with the future of democracy, you know what? I think majority should rule and not the. I believe that strongly. But don't think that he can snap his fingers, no matter what he may or may not believe, and make things happen.
There
are senators.
There are certain things he could do, though, through executive act. For example, canceling student debt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There are things he can
legalizing marijuana.
Yes.
He could potentially do through an executive order.
Bernie.
And so there hasn't been a willingness, even though he says, yes, I support the $15 minimum wage. Yes, I support the PRO Act to use all the tools that are at his disposal to actually make those things happen.
You're absolutely sure of that?
Is that fair?
No. I mean, in other words, you do not know about the discussions that he has with people who walk into his office.
Okay.
No, it's,
what the this is shocking. What, and the tweet that went viral, they said, like, when have you ever seen Bernie squirm like this? This is a dishonest politician in the wild that we are watching right now. Oh, I don't know about that. He's lying. And at this point, you guys realize that when he is saying this nonsense, when he's like, oh, I don't know if you're sure about that. That's him spinning in his head, trying to figure out how to get out of this lie that he just built. I want you guys to realize that. There is so much to break down in this clip. This is only a 2-minute. Check out the whole full interview with Crystal Ball. But this 2 minutes tells exactly what I've been trying to explain to you people. About what is wrong with the weak Western left and these privileged leaders that are willing to sell us out. Before I did this story, I just did a story about how Biden is propping up the prison industrial complex. You would think that would be something that Bernie will be very active in speaking out against, right? Nope. Cancel the student loan debt. Nope. Apparently not that big of a deal for Bernie. This breaks my heart, guys. Like, I don't take there is nothing about me enjoying this moment. I guess the only enjoyment I have is for being right. And I'm waiting for people to apologize for me about being right when they got mad at me. That's the only satisfaction, I guess, is I was right. But you guys understand how much I sacrificed for this man? You guys understand that I quit my job and traveled multiple countries and canvassed for this guy? Now I'm like, second guessing myself. Is like, bro, even if he won, will he just govern like this? I feel like a fool, to be honest. I'm going to answer the question about, do I regret it? After you watch the clip. I don't want to get off topic too much. But I already paused this twice. I'm going to try to finish the rest of this video, but it's really hard for me to finish these things. I rewind it a little bit and let's continue on.
Even though he says, yes, I support the $15 minimum wage. Yes, I support the PRO Act to use all the tools that are at his disposal to actually make those things happen.
You're absolutely sure of that.
Is that fair?
No. I mean, in other words, you do not know about the discussions that he has with people who walk into his office.
Okay.
No, it's wrong to assume.
So what Bernie is telling you is shut the fuck up and trust the plan. I said it before. Do not trust any politician whose message to you is shut up and trust the plan. Period. That is what Bernie is telling Crystal. Shut up, trust the plan. You don't know what we're doing behind the scenes. What happened to not you, us, Bernie? It went from not you, not me, us. It went from not me, us to not y'all Democrats. And no, you guys gotta stay out of the conversation. Trust me, I'm having great conversation with Joe Biden behind the scenes. Trust me. Trust me. Who buys this shit?
That when you're dealing with a United States Senator who does not want to end the filibuster, that he can go in there and say, hey, I want you to do that. Now, so don't give the president...
Although he could do what you proposed. When you were asked on the trail, how would you deal with Senator Manchin? You said, I'd go to West Virginia. I'd do the rally. Yeah. I'd call him out.
Right. I mean, there are things you could do. All that I'm saying, do not minimize. I mean, and I don't want to get into personalities, but
sure.
Any member of the United States Senate has the power to kill this thing. And to think that the president alone can change that is not 100% correct.
Sure. But there are executive actions that he could take on student debt and other things that he can do. We can agree on that.
I am
right?
not, yes. Yeah.
Look, you guys see this. Actually, let me play this in full. I want to play this part in full. What the fuck happened to my mouse? Bro, why did my mouse disappear? Come on, man. But this is shocking stuff, isn't it? What the fuck is my mouse? Oh, Jesus. Give me a second, guys. Why did my mouse disappear? I can't even see it. Man, that's beyond annoying. I can see where the mouse is. Like, you guys see my screen, right? Like, what the fuck is my mouse? This shit just like broke. Man. Okay. I don't know where the fuck my mouse went. I'm gonna try to deal with it. Like, I can't see the cursor. Do one of y'all tech people know what the hell is that about? Like, my mouse, like I can click stuff, but my mouse like disappeared. Like, I can't fucking see it on the screen. Oh Jesus. Anyway, let's see if I can find a way to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it ends. But my point I was about to make, man, I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on with my mouse. Try Alt Tab. Like, my mouse is fucking disappeared. You know how hard it is to do a live stream when I don't see my goddamn mouse? Nope. Jesus Christ, man. This doesn't make sense. Like, why is my mouse gone? Yeah, QKR said my mouse does that. I never know why it comes back. Yeah, I don't even have a mouse. I'm talking about, like, I'm on the laptop. Like, my mouse cursor like disappeared, and it makes doing this stream really, really hard. Jesus, what the fuck? That's crazy. I don't know how to get my mouse back. Now I'm like clicking blindly here. See, look, there we go. It's back. It's back. My mouse just randomly came back. I don't know what that was about. But okay, now that my mouse is working, let's rewind this for about 15 seconds. And I want to explain something to you guys here that says a lot. So let's watch the end of this clip again. And I'm going to continue my point I was about to make before my mouse got lost.
There are things you could do. All that I'm saying, do not minimize. I mean, and I don't want to get into personalities, but
sure.
Any member of the United States Senate has the power to kill this thing. And to think that the president alone can change that is not 100% correct.
Sure. But there are executive actions that he could take on student debt and other things that he could do. We can agree on that.
I am
right?
not, yes. You know,
yeah.
Joe Biden.
Do you guys know? You guys want to know why that ending is so? Why it says a lot? See, that ending says a lot because you realize that once Bernie realized he was wrong and he been pressed and he been called out on his lies that he's not used to when he go on MSNBC when he's coming for Democrats, he gets annoyed. Bernie Sanders got annoyed at Crystal Ball there. Because Crystal Ball did something that corporate news would never do. See, the thing is, Bernie Sanders is great at debunking right-wing talking points coming from right-wing talking heads. I'm talking about on CNN and MSNBC and Fox News. He is really good at debunking that. But Bernie Sanders is awful at answering to criticisms on his left. And Crystal, once again, wasn't even trying. I promise you, if you get me, if you put a Finney, if you put a lot of these fire breathers I know, Bernie Sanders will rage quit the interview. Because I will call him out like, what do you get for Joe Biden? You say you're to cancel student loan. Like, once again, there's so many other ways that you could have went after him. And Crystal Ball did a great job because she did was something you never see anyone do. Like asking these hard questions, following up, not allowing the BS. And Bernie literally just quits. He's like, sorry, this is BS. He's like, whatever. And then throughout the interview, he was like, oh, well, I'm not trying to defend Joe Biden. Yes, that's what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. You are literally doing the thing that you say you're not trying to do. So Bernie became annoyed once he realized that he was talking to someone who was not about to allow him to lie. What does that say about the character of Bernie Sanders? I promise you, like, if you give me, a Finney, a chance to talk to Bernie, he will rage quit that interview so quick. Because Crystal was being very, very nice to Bernie there. Holding his hand. And she still made him look dumb. She still exposed him. Because I would ask them, hey, Bernie, their Medicare for All marches that happened last weekend, where the fuck was you? Remember when you said on the campaign, what Crystal Ball did there was great because she literally brought up what Bernie said on the campaign. Bernie on the campaign said, okay, if I have senators who are not willing to go across my agenda, there is ways that the president can use political pressure to get these people to fall in line. And if they don't fall in line, okay, we're going to hold rallies and we're going to have massive pressure against you. Is Joe Biden doing that to Kristen Sinema? Is he doing that to Joe Manchin? No, because he loves what they're doing. Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin gives Joe Biden the excuse not to do shit. They give him the excuse to uphold the status quo, which Joe Biden wants. So now Bernie Sanders, who accurately described how do you twist these people's arms, all of a sudden he don't know how? And then Crystal Ball points out, this is what you said in the campaign. And you see, he got annoyed. He got shut down. This is someone who's a bad faith actor would do. This is what they would do if you're a bad faith actor. Kills me, guys. What I say in the beginning of the segment. Beginning of the segment, I said, I would have forgave, and there are a lot of people that outflanked me to my left on this, who was like, hell no, Nick, you tripping. I said I don't want to forgive Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the squad for caping for fucking Joe Biden if they put pressure on him during his administration. That's what I said. They can't even do that. And you got the privileged progressive left that's mad at me for calling these people out. They can't even do the bare minimum, which I said I will forgive you for voting for the guy and for advocating for the guy who did more damage to the black community than anyone else. I'm talking about Joe Biden, who is now selling us out to the police state because you gave him the permission to. You guys gave him permission to. Now the Democratic Party is running on giant police budgets. They was asked about, hey, you support funding the police more? Yeah, we ran. There was Jen Psaki said. She said we literally ran on funding the police more. We won, so we got the mandate to do that. Bernie Sanders and the progressive movement sold out black people to the police state, and then you have the white managerial class who calls us divisive for calling it out. We are called divisive for calling them out for funding the police more. We are called divisive for them not supporting reparations. We are called divisive because they are complicit with funding the police. They're not saying anything about ICE. Let me get to some comments. Jesus fuck. Like, that video is so depressing, guys. So depressing. Especially now, after that video, actually, to me, what killed everything was like, bro, the second the squad coordinator votes to fund the police more, at that point, I don't want to hear shit from y'all anymore. Like, at that point, you guys are no longer representing us. So then you have the privileged managerial left who get mad at the poor, disenfranchised community that are going after their favorite politicians because we're not being represented. You have people that say, oh, how dare you have people at the Medicare for All march mad at AOC and Bernie because they didn't come to your march? Are you saying that we shouldn't be mad at politicians for not fucking backing us up? Is that your argument, bootlicker? Is that really the argument that you guys are making? How dare the Medicare for All march activists call out AOC and Bernie? We donated to them. We volunteered for them. We advocated for them. And you guys saying that we can't be mad at them? And no one see the class issue with there. No one see how that's problematic. Really. The left. And people wonder why I'm mad at the Western left.